Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of TEW 2020 WWE. It's been a little bit since the Elimination Chamber. I really want to bang through these and get to Mania because it physically hurts me. It doesn't have to be in real life, but WrestleMania's happened IRL and it physically hurts me. I'm nowhere near it. I've got 5 episodes to get through before we get there. And so the little break. Kind of just me planning out what I want to do. So hopefully I can just bang these out. Fingers crossed. It won't happen though, will it? But here we are. Elimination Chamber has been and gone. Check it out if you haven't already. It was a banger show. The final premium live event stop on the road to WrestleMania. WrestleMania 39 is where we're heading to. We got a lot of matches set in stone now. And without further ado, let's go and see. On the final stretch of the road to WrestleMania, let's see what's hip-hop happening, shall we? We're kicking off, as always, with another episode of Monday Night Raw, which gets underway with the legend killer Randy Orton coming out to the ring. Randy Orton, as happy as Randy can be, you know? Elimination Chamber, him, Pete, and Kyle won the 6-man tag to get their matches at WrestleMania. Randy Orton earning himself a match with Austin Theory, the match he's wanted, the match he's been waiting for against a man who turned on him, betrayed him, and low-blowed him at Survivor Series War Games. And Orton comes out to the ring, and he calls out Austin Theory. He says, he's not going to wait around here. He's not going to beat around the bush. He's been in this business too long to do that. No. So Austin Theory, get your ass out here. And eventually, Austin Theory does come out. Takes a little bit. Randy, calling him out a few times. Calling him a coward. Yeah, and Austin does come out. He doesn't come out alone, though. Austin Theory flanked, shall I say, by security. By personal security here. Quite a lot of big, burly guys, We can all play the game and point out the future WWE champion amongst them. As Austin Theory does come out, mic in hand, saying, Randy, you got it. I'm out here and you got the match at WrestleMania. Old man, I'm going to put you down and send you back to that nursing home I sent you back to in November. But until WrestleMania comes, I need to protect myself. I'm the now Austin Theory after all. And you might have taken away my championship, but I'm still a champion. Where it counts. And so I need to make sure I'm protected. I need to make sure I'm okay. And so these guys are here to make sure that you, Viper, don't lay a hand on me until WrestleMania. And just to double ensure that, I have this right here. He reaches around in his cool jacket pocket and he pulls out a piece of paper and he holds it out. He says, this is a restraining order against you, Randy, that goes up until WrestleMania. So if you lay a finger on me, the match is done and you are gone. And so I guess with that, all that's left, Randy, is I'll see you then. Smile on his face. 100, Austin Theory. Yeah. Orton, he's got his match at Mania. Austin, not too keen to get into it before then, shall we say. Got his security, he got his RO. What more do you need? Speaking of, it is the season. 'Tis the season for the Dusty Cup. Everybody, Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classics. We've got the semi-finals this week and next week. We've got the brand finals in 3 weeks. On week 3 of March, we have the Dusty Cup finals. And then the winners get a tag title match at Mania of their choice. So, except the women's Dusty Cup, that's just for the women's tag titles. There you go. First Raw semi-final, we got Chase U. We got Bodhi, Hayward, and Idris Enofe. Kind of a makeshift team from Chase U. With Bodhi Hayward usually chasing for Andre Chase, and Enofe with Blade, but both of them are gone on the quest for the Golden Stool. So yeah, Hayward and Enofe. Thea Hail at ringside. Big John Chase at ringside as well, everyone's favourite sub, against Imperium, Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. Tag team action. Crowd behind Chase U. They want the boys to do it, and Chase U giving it a good go. Bodhi and Idris especially gets a big hot tag in and starts running wild, but in the end, it is Imperium who get the win. Ludwig Kaiser hitting an uphill with a European bomb in the end and picking up the win. Imperium advance to the Raw's Dusty Cup final for a 69. Nice. 75 for Vinci, 71 for Kaiser, 45 for Anafe, and 31 for Bodhi Hayward. We take those. We take those. Imperium stand tall. And as they stand tall, out comes Drew McIntyre. For an 82, the sexy, sexy Scotsman comes out onto the ramp, sword in hand, mic in hand, and congratulates Vinci and Kaiser on the win into the Raw Dusty Cup final. In 2 weeks' time, which means you got a spare week next week. So I want one of you, both of you, whoever, to act like the bitches you are. Run to your master Gunther and give him a message from me and tell him that I am coming for him and the European Championship at WrestleMania. For an 82. Lovely, lovely work, yes. McIntyre, clear message. He wants Gunther at Mania for that European Championship. Beautiful. Beautiful. Where are we going? We're going backstage to a very happy and upbeat twosome. Ladies and gentlemen, where is the lie? It's R-Truth and Bobby Fish. R-Truth once again reunited with his baby after winning it on last week's episode of NXT in a happy mood, you know, pushing the pram with the 24/7 championship inside, Bobby Fish by his side, the two talking, you know, R-Truth talking about how it's so good to get our baby back, dog, you know, I got us tickets to Disneyland for the three of us and thinking about all the rides. It's going to be a great time. When they stop, the pram bumps into someone, they both, you know, stop their conversation and look up, and standing there is Kyle O'Reilly. A very serious expression on his face. You know, looking down at the 24/7 title on the pram first and then looking up at Bobby Fish. He just says, Bobby, I see you got a lot going on. I don't really know what's going on with you, honestly, Bobby, but I don't care. All I care about is tonight. And what I need tonight is not stepdad Bobby Fish or whatever the hell this is. What I need tonight is my old training partner, Bobby Fish, the man who ran me ragged training for years and years and years to get in this company. And when we got in this company, ran me even harder to make sure we stayed here and got to the top. I need that Bobby Fish tonight because I need to train and I need to work and I need to go to get ready for WrestleMania. For 100. Kyle O'Reilly. A very clear ask. He wants Bobby Fish tonight. He wants to get ready for WrestleMania. A match with Triple H. He knows what it's like to be in the ring with Triple H. They had a match at SummerSlam and Kyle O'Reilly came up short thanks to Seth Rollins. But Kyle wants to be ready. He wants to make sure that even if a Seth shows up, he's ready to do what needs to be done and get the win. Beautiful. Let's go to the ring for some people in the business that hurt. It's the Hurt Business. The Intercontinental Champion Bobby Fish, Montel Vontavious Porter MVP, Big Angelo Dawkins. We got Ezra Judge. We got Moose. Hurt Business are vibing and thriving. MVP talking about the almighty Bobby Lashley laying the ass whooping at Elimination Chamber on John Cena. The almighty Bobby Lashley beating John Cena 1, 2, 3 clean in the rear of that ring. The almighty Bobby Lashley still and heading to WrestleMania as the Intercontinental Champion. WrestleMania is 5 weeks away. And who is going to step up to the almighty? Well, there's a lot on the line, as we all know. WrestleMania, the Razor Ramon Memorial Ladder Match for the Intercontinental Championship. And just to be clear for everyone, the almighty will be entering and leaving that match champion. When out comes the Golden gods. LA Knight in Spanish Fly, Borman and Torres made it well to the ring. LA Knight says, let me talk to you. You see, Lashley, I am thinking about WrestleMania. LA Knight's night. And I'm thinking about that Intercontinental Championship. Now, you want to talk about six-man ladder matches? LA Knight wants a spot in that six-man ladder match. Because you see, that Intercontinental Championship, now that deserves more, doesn't it? Because you see, talking about WrestleMania, last year WrestleMania, you were in that ladder match, weren't you, Bobby? For the Intercontinental Championship, and you fell flat on your ass. And you didn't get the job done. Well, what was LA Knight doing at WrestleMania last year? LA Knight was beating John Cena 11 months before your ass needed the help of two hooligans to get the job done. LA Knight didn't need no helping hand, because LA Knight is the man who can get the job done all on his own. Last year at WrestleMania, I beat John Cena, and this year at WrestleMania, Bobby, I'm going to make sure you fall flat on your ass once again in that ladder match. And LA Knight's going to climb to the top and take home that Intercontinental Championship to give the Golden God the gold once again. Yeah. 100. Lovely work, LA. As LA Knight in action, and now everyone goes to ringside except two men, LA Knight and Big Angelo Dawkins. Knight, Dawkins, one-on-one. LA Knight taking on a member of the Hurt Business here. Whilst Hurt Business, what John and Spanish Fly do as well. And LA Knight here picks up the win over Angelo Dawkins with the BFT. Dawkins gives it his all, gives it a good go. In the end, LA Knight comes out on top though for an 80. 91 LA Knight, 58 Angelo Dawkins. Good match from the pair. As LA Knight does come out on top. Oh, yeah. Lovely, beautiful. Unlucky Dawkins, unlucky. When we're going to go, once again, it's a good episode, ladies and gentlemen, because it's time to go back to Chase You. We're going to go to the university in a classroom. You know, Enofe and Bodhi both a bit beat up, a bit dejected, but John's saying, this is a good lesson in itself about defeat and rising above it and coming back bigger, better, faster, stronger to reach the top. And to help with things, I've arranged a special guest speaker for you all today. Ladies and gentlemen, Bailey. No, Jesus Christ. I keep doing this. I keep bloody mixing Liv and Alexa on Smackdown. And I keep mixing these two here. It's not Bailey. Ignore the picture of Bailey. It's Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch. The man Becky Lynch. Big time Becky Lynch. Talking about how you're talking about your lesson. Maybe it's a lesson I should learn. Because I don't know much about failure. Because I am big time Becky Lynch. I'm the man. The man doesn't get beat down. No, the lesson I'll teach you today is to believe you're the best. Is to know you're the best in this ring, on this mic, in every facet of life. Know that you're better than the person across from you. Because I stand here today knowing I'm better than all of you. And that's what makes me the best. Any questions? Thea Hail raising her arms, yeah. And Thea Hail asking Becky Lynch for some advice, some wrestling advice, you know. She's getting ready tonight. Later tonight, actually, she said she's in the Dusty Rhodes Women's Dusty Cup semi-final, teaming with Paige. She's looking for some advice, and Becky's like, oh, you're doing what now? Thea Hail says she's in the Dusty tonight. Paige asked her, you know, they had a match a couple months ago. Paige said she was impressed. She wants to know if Thea Hail wanted to team up for the Dusty Cup, and Becky's saying, whoa. Thea, you seem like a smart girl, aren't you? Thea Hail says, yeah, I get really good grades here. Becky's saying, why would you want to team with Paige? No. You know what you're going to do, Thea? You're going to team with the man, Becky Lynch, in the Women's Dusty Cup. Now, Thea, before you answer, these opportunities don't come along every day. No, these are once-in-a-lifetime chances that I'm asking you to take. to team with the man, the WrestleMania main eventer, big time Becky Lynch. Yeah? And Thea, thinking a lot, and saying, yeah, okay. Becky says, there you go, Thea. There you go. For a 66. Lovely. Yes. Thea Hail will team with Becky Lynch in the Women's Dusty Cup instead of Paige. Paige is going to have to find herself a new partner because that match is later tonight. Whilst we're going to go to the ring for Angel Garza. Angel Garza ready to go one-on-one with Charlie Dempsey. Angel Garza, of course, got his sights set on Chad Gable. He wants Chad Gable. And in a way to kind of prepare himself for Chad Gable, getting these technical wrestlers like Charlie Dempsey to prepare for that style, Sheamus at ringside for Dempsey, training him up a little bit over there on NXT. And Dempsey, Garza's all cocky, all confidence here. Dempsey surprising him a little bit, gets a very close 2 count on a roll-up. Garza realizing maybe he's got to take it more seriously. The two just going at it. In the end, Garza is able to hit the wing clipper and get the win for a 65. 81 Garza, 41 Dempsey. I was expecting better, honestly. It's fine. I was hoping for better. But, 81, 41, the mid is 61, so I should be happy with a 65, I guess. As after the match, Garza gets on the mic. And he calls out Chad Gable. He says, Chad Gable, you cost me my Raw Tag title. You cost me chance to be Intercontinental Champion, World Champion, everything. You think you are, Chad, but you're not better than me. So if you're not a coward, you'll accept my challenge and fight me at WrestleMania. Drops the mic. 100. Garza, a clear call out there. He wants Gable at WrestleMania. Lovely. We'll go to commercial and we'll come back. And out comes the new Raw Tag Team Champion, I guess, because one is still... It's Adam Cole and Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens says they got one over on all the dumb idiots in the WWE Universe, and especially that big dumb idiot Finn Balor. You see, Kevin Owens and Adam Cole, they go way back. And they both realized that around here the problem was Finn Balor. So we had to go, now finally we got some real champions here in Adam Cole and Kevin Owens, the Dream Team. 2 of the 4 faces on the Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling. Now hold on a minute there, partners. As out comes Stan Hansen, Hangman Adam Page, and El Bandito. And Stan Hansen says now, what y'all two did, Elimination Chamber, that was cowardly. And we don't take too kindly to cowards here now. I'm going to tell y'all what's about to happen. You see, the Hangman and El Bandito over here, next week are going to win their Dusty Cup semifinal. And in 2 weeks, they're going to win in the Dusty Cup Raw final. And in 3 weeks, they're going to win in the Dusty Cup final and bring home that Dusty Cup. And then in 5 weeks, Hangman and Bandito over here are going to mosey on down to WrestleMania and take those tag team championships off y'all 2 scoundrels. And that's what's going to happen in the next few weeks. But tonight, well, we're all moseying on around here anyway, aren't we? So I say, the old Hangman and El Bandito over here give y'all a preview of what's to come in 5 weeks' time. For 100, big fan of the accent. As we've got a banger tag match next, it is Cole and Owens taking on Hangman and Bandito. It's a banger, as you'd expect. All 4 men having their goes, all the combinations you could want. I have a very specific ending I want for this match because it feels like a banger. Bandito and Owens are going at it. Cole does a sneaky tag onto Owens when, no one's looking. Only the ref sees it, acknowledges it, but no one else notices as Owens and Bandito continue to go at it. Owens goes for a stunner on Bandito, but Bandito stands tall, kind of kicks Owens' legs away to unsteady him. grabs him for a German suplex and hits a German suplex. But then, strengthening it Bandito, holding up Owens, shoving him into the ramp. And then, Adam Page on the outside rushing to get her into position as well, ready for the double shot revolver, where I love reminding you because it's just a beautiful finisher in my head. Bandito rushes, he does the kind of roll onto Owens' back, and then bounces. Yeah, I'm trying to remember this in my head. Yeah, and bounces against the rope, bounces off, rolls through, German suplex, pulls through, back onto his feet as Adam Page on the ropes pulls back, slings over for the buckshot lariat. But just as he completes the turn and his feet hit the ground again, Adam Cole slides into the ring and hits a super kick onto Adam Page, sending him backwards. He falls through the middle rope as El Bandito hits the German onto Owens because his motion was still going. But he's not legal, referee not counting, as Adam Cole, kicks down on Bandito's legs. He drops Owens, Bandito sits up, Adam Cole, big kick to the head, pulls Bandito up, Panama Sunrise, Bandito drops to his knees, Cole rushes against the rope, last shot, 1, 2, 3. Banger! 90 for the match, banger. And a banger finish, I imagine, in my head. I just got this vivid image of that finish in my head, and I wanted to do it. 96 Cole, 94 Owens. The Raw Tag Division's going to have a lot of bangers with these guys, isn't it? 81 Paige, and a 70 for Bandito. Capped to 90 because of the time. A banger nonetheless. As, yes, little Mount Rushmore here. Owens and Cole stand tall and pick up the win. Lovely. Go backstage to Kathy Kelly here, interviewing Bobby Lashley and MVP. Other members of her business aren't here, but they are. Ask about LA Knight. MVP saying, if LA Knight wants to run his mouth, he can do that. I've seen him, he's clearly very good at that. But in the ring, where it counts, we know LA Knight's not living up to expectations right now, shall we say. So if he wants to get in the ring with the CEO of the Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley, the Intercontinental Champion will happily beat his ass. But Lashley seems to get a bit distracted and walks away from the interview, camera following him, as he walks into Sheamus. Sheamus walking around with Charlie Dempsey from their match earlier, and Lashley walks right into Sheamus' face. And Lashley saying, LA Knight wants to run his mouth, he can do that. All I want right now is a fight. And Sheamus, if I remember anything about you, you love to fight. And if that's true, I'll see you next week, fella. 99. 99, beautiful, God. Little banger next week for you. Lashley versus Sheamus. That sounds like a match that humps, doesn't it? Hopefully it will. As we have a little special, a little prime target here, because prime targets are awesome, between the Royal Rumble winner Kairi Sane and the Women's World Champion Io Sky. A lot of history to run over. Kind of goes over briefly their time over in Japan on the Indies together. Their times in NXT together. Their times as a tag team. Their falling out, their differences, the comments Io Sky made about Kairi not being good enough to fight for the Women's World title, Kairi overcoming the odds, winning the Rumble, and then finally Io retaining, ending on that face-to-face, the kind of face-to-face with Elimination Chamber, and it said next week both will meet face-to-face in the ring for a 97. Banger. Prime targets are always bangers, let's be honest. Yeah, Io and Kairi there was a lot this week, so I didn't just want to throw them on for the case of it, but a little prime target, and they can be face to face next week. Nice. We're gonna go to the ring for the Women's Dusty Cup semi-final. Becky Lynch and Thea Hail coming out to the ring first, followed by Paige and her partner Natalya. Yeah. She had like an hour to find a partner. Don't go too hard on her. Lynch and Hale versus Natalya and Paige here. And yeah, all four women going at it. You know, Lynch wants to get into it with Paige, getting into Natalia. Thea Hail, a chance to tie it up with these two more experienced veterans of the business, you know? Natalia and Paige, and God, I feel old. Paige was like 20, God knows how long ago. And now I'm describing her as a veteran of the business. Oh, she was in the business for a while. She was a veteran at 20, let's face it. And yeah, all 4 women going at it. Only one team can win, though. And in the end, Paige makes Thea Hail tap out with the PTO. Natalia and Paige don't work well as a team. Oh well. 77 for the match. As Natalia and Paige, despite not working well as a team, get the win here. They only had like an hour to get ready. You know, their chemistry wasn't there. What are you going to do? 85 Becky, 69 Paige, 49 Natalia, 45 Thea. Good work all around from most people. 77, I'm happy with that. Natalia and Paige get the win, get their arms raised, stand tall. Becky Lynch on the outside looking pissed as ever. You know, gets in the ring after match for Hell, looking sad, apologising to her teacher. Becky Lynch saying, "No, it's alright. It's alright, Flesh. No, come here." That's more Welsh. Come here, love. Come here. Come on. You know, reaching her hand out, helping Thea Hail to her feet, saying, "It's alright, you know. It's just another lesson in failure for you, isn't it?" And then Becky Lynch grabs her, manhandle slam, Thea Hail out. Paige and Natalia rush back down to the ring. Becky Lynch sliding out the other side, you know, leaving it. As Natalia checks on Thea, and Paige just stands guard on the ropes, watching Becky Lynch as Becky Lynch kind of dead eyes her as well for a 100. Very much not over between these two, is it? Paige does get one over on Becky Lynch once again, though, doesn't she? Let's go backstage. Back again to Kathy Kelly here, with a special guest, a Mr. MJF. MJF walking into screen to many, many boos. And Kathy asking MJF, first of all, how's it really back on Raw after your suspension? And MJF says that, Kathy, I'm just going to take it from here. Just yanks the mic from her and says, "I will not be making any comment about Raw 30. But I will say I have very much enjoyed the 2 weeks paid vacation the superstar player of WWE was granted. But now, Daddy's home. Home on Raw, home on the road to WrestleMania. Now last year at WrestleMania, I made my debut, and I won the Andre just for shits and giggles, didn't I? But this year, I got much, much bigger plans, don't I? WrestleMania is 5 weeks away, though, and we got so much fun to begin with. And I'm going to be hosting a special service next week I'd like to ask you all to come to. Next week, you're all invited live on Monday Night Raw, the funeral of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Big smirk on his face, MJF, drops the mic. He goes like he's handing it back to Kathy. She reaches out and then he just drops it to the floor for maximum dickheadness. As he starts to walk away, but then bumps into Pete Dunne, who's got a contract signing later on. And I'm just saying, Peter, can I help you? Pete's saying, "Look, I don't care." Yeah, there's always going to be more Irish, doesn't it? "I don't care about what you did or what your plan is or anything. All I want to know is where Matt is." And I'm saying, whoa, Pete, don't worry about Matthew. No. And Pete says, "Matt." And says, of course, Matt. Don't worry. He is receiving the best medical care available. He's very in a very intensive part of his rehab, being his injury right now. So don't worry. He'll be back. You know what? I'll tell him you asked about him. He'll love that, I'm sure. He'll be back before you know it. Shit-eating grin on his face as Pete, very much a not a shit-eating grin, just kind of barges past MJF and walks away for 100, yeah. MJF, not much to say. He's had a nice vacation. Funeral of Stone Cold next week. And Pete wants to know where Matt Riddle is. Where is he? Where's the bro, huh? Pete wants his bro back. He's got a WWE title match to prepare for. And we got a main event next between Kyle O'Reilly and main event player Bobby Fish. Oh, Bobby Fish is in the main event of Monday Night Raw on the road to WrestleMania. Where's the lie, everybody? Where is it? I can't see it. Bobby and Kyle go at it. Opening stage match is kind of Kyle well on top of Bobby, kind of taunting him into it, and then Bobby Fish turns it up a gear, and it's a bit more evenly matched. You know, Bobby Fish going a bit more intense, and the two men, former partners, just battling it out. R-Truth at ringside, you know, rocking the pram back and forth, making sure the baby doesn't cry. No, R-Truth's not at ringside. This is serious. You know, Bobby Fish told R-Truth to stay backstage for this one. I know, no fun, sadly. And yeah, Fish and O'Reilly just go at it. In the end, though, O'Reilly gets to win the Armageddon for a 90. 95 O'Reilly, 62 Fish. It's 2023, and Bobby Fish on the road to WrestleMania just had a 90 rated match in the main event of Raw. I love this universe. I love it. Kyle gets the win. Intense look on his face. He is preparing for WrestleMania. He is preparing for Triple H. And we're almost done with the show. I say this segment's going to be long, isn't it? It's a contract signing for the WWE Championship match between Seth Rollins and Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne out to the ring first, followed by Seth wearing his fanciest suit, holding his fanciest championship. Drake Maverick overseeing it. And Pete Dunne saying, Seth, you hit me with a fucking car. I'm sorry. Well, Seth, at WrestleMania, for everything you did, I'm taking that championship. Signing the contract. Few words from Pete. But set his eyes on the prize. That goes over to Seth, you know. Oh, Pete. Oh, Pete. You know, I'll tell you something. You're going to wish that you stayed down when I may or may not legally have hit you with a car. Because at WrestleMania, Pete, you're going to get everything you wanted, huh? You're going to get a WWE... No, I don't know why. You're going to get your WWE Championship match with me. Get a chance to live your dream at WrestleMania. Main events. You're going to be brought back down to earth again, Pete, because you're not the guy to hold this title. I'm the guy. Signs the contract. Match signed, official. WrestleMania WWE title. Pete Dunne, Seth freaking Rollins. Seth regular Rollins, okay? And yeah, Drake Maverick signed and official. Takes the contract. We move the table for a stare down. You know, so they get in the ring. They move the table a little bit. The guys are ringside. And Pete and Seth step forward. Seth, WWE Championship hand, laughing. Drake Maverick watching between them. And, you know, all good, all good. They have their stare down. Drake Maverick, all good, fingers up, yep. Goes to leave. Pete goes to leave as well. And then Seth, with Pete's back turned, goes to hit him from behind. But, you know, Pete, seeing this coming, yeah, turns around, ducks underneath, grabs Seth, pulls him back, sets up for a bitter end through the table. Seth jumps out of it. Slides out the ring. Pete chasing after him. Not going to let that go. He chases Seth around ringside for a little bit. And then Seth sliding back into the ring. Pete sliding after him. You know, Pete gets a hold of Seth again, grabbing him by the hair, and he's about to slide out the ring again. When Pete is attacked from behind, by two big, beefy men in hoodies. Grabbing Pete from behind, slamming him down, beating him down. Seth looking and laughing. As the two big, beefy guys pick up Pete, lift him up, double powerbomb through the table. As Seth, smiling, laughing, goes over to the two guys who remove their hoods. Akam, Razor, authors of pain. Seth, the Chosen a bit fractured at this point, isn't it? Austin's a bit busy, Trips is a bit busy. Seth calling in some old reinforcements. to help him take down Pete and get the better over him here for a 100. Beautiful, good ending. The first episode of Raw here on the final stretch gets us a 94. Really good show. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Next week, we got the other semi-finals. I'm not sure what the women's is. The men's is Hangman and El Bandido against Spanish Fly in what will be another tag team banger. As well, we got Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus, and we've got the funeral of Stone Cold Steve Austin. So it's a stacked show, and we've got Io Kyrie face to face. Stacked show. You're not going to want to miss it. That's next week's Raw, though, and there's a lot more to get through this week, and this is already a really long part, so I should stop talking and jump right into Wednesday night for another episode. The first on the final stretch of the road to WrestleMania of the Black and Gold of NXT. And NXT is going to get underway with a little video package highlighting, the key things from Elimination Chamber in regards to the NXT matches, but a specific focus on the events that occurred in the tag team match between Hit Row and Swerve and Tez. Highlighting, of course, Isaiah Swerve's got the NXT champion turning on Montez Ford and aligning with his old pals at Hit Row for a 100. When Hit Row's music hits and the three of them walk out, followed by, of course, the NXT champion, Isaiah Swerve Scott. Make his way to wearing Swerve, sporting a new look, much more kind of in line with the look he has in AEW at the minute. Is kind of where that change would make. The different hair, sunglasses, the jacket. This is kind of where that change happens for me. Swerve in the ring. First of all, Swerve saying, this is his house. And you see, he's not some punk-ass bitch. Another man gonna walk around like he owns this place, and the homeowner's gonna have a problem with that. Tez thought he was bigger than he was, but I am the champ. I am NXT. Swerve rocking around here, acting like the main event. Being given the main event, NXT TakeOver War Games. Am I in the main event, the NXT champion, the homeowner around here? No. Is Montez Ford? Yeah. And that don't sit right with me. So you see, if Tez wants to play the big boss, if Tez wants to play his little games, if Tez wants to play with the big boys, then the biggest boy around here wants to play too, Tez. Because right now, Hit Row put the hit on you. So what are you going to do about it, bitch? For a 100. Lovely work. I need to put him into Hit Row for the background. And also, little change. I'm taking out the Isaiah. Going with Swerve. It just makes sense. The heel turn, the new look. Give him the new name as well. Do it here. So yeah, he's just Swerve Scott now. Not Isaiah Swerve Scott, just Swerve Scott, which does just feel like a natural change, doesn't it? And next week, it's advertised there will be a championship cipher, a reunion cipher, whatever you want. We got a little cipher next week. Lovely. As then, we head into some tag team action in the Women's Dusty Cup here on NXT. And it is Buffer, then your boyfriends, Tiffany Stratton and Persia Protter, taking on a couple of big booty baddies. Now, Cassidy Rain is not here. She's still, getting her aggression out on a punching bag, I assume, from coming up just short in her NXT Women's title match at Elimination Chamber. But Tricky Willie's at ringside watching his girls, Annie Cooper and Tatum Paxley, do what they do best out there with the best view in the house. And the big booty baddies and Buffing and your boyfriend going at it. Buffing and your boyfriend kind of on top. But as the match goes on, Annie and Tatum build into it. They start, gelling. They start with some tag team offense. They start hitting that shit, as the match goes on. In the end, Persia setting up for a powerbomb. She's a strong lady on Annie Cooper. But Annie Cooper manages to roll through for the 1-2-3. As Buffer, then your boyfriend of the theater, and the big booty baddies advance to the NXT final of the Women's Dusty Cup for a 53. Tricky Willie is celebrating like God meant him to do. Trick Williams did some good work at ringside. Of course you did, Trick. 57 Persia, 45 Tiff, 46 Annie, 29 Tatum. Happy with that. Big win for Annie and Tatum here. They get a really big win over Buffett and your boyfriend and into the final in 2 weeks' time. Lovely. We're going to go backstage to General Manager William Regal with a big announcement. 5 weeks away is WrestleMania. And at WrestleMania, as always, a legend will be celebrated. The legend that is Andre the Giant. With the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, but this year is a little bit different. Regal announces that this year, the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale will win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale trophy, but they will get more than that. You see, the Battle Royale will take place on the pre-show, and the winner of the Battle Royale will also earn a shot at the NXT North American Championship later in the night. Massive announcement from William Regal. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale trophy has some stakes now, doesn't it? The winner earning a shot at the NXT North American title at WrestleMania later in the night. Which, yeah, beautiful. There's a little bit of stakes in it. Nice. When walking by, getting ready to go to the ring for his match, stops Mustafa Ali. And Ali says that's great news to Regal. He says I came up just short at Elimination Chamber for that NXT North American title, but it made me realize that I need to refocus. Okay, I've been too distracted with so much other things. I need to focus on one thing, and that is the wrestling. Because in that ring, I know I am elite at wrestling. And so all I'm going to focus on right now, giving my all, week in, all of me, week out, all of me, is focusing on nothing but all of that elite wrestling. For a 61, lovely. Ali's got his nice little new gimmick. All elite wrestling, lovely. Focusing on some elite wrestling. And it's great. The people love it, don't they? Of course they do. Yeah, Mr. Ali to the ring. Next up, you have to think he will be hoping to win that Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royale and earn himself another chance against Duke Sterling for that NXT North American title. He's in the ring now, taking on Odyssey Jones. Big guy. I'm a fan of Odyssey Jones. He's just a big guy. He seems really nice. I like him. I want to use him more. That's what I'll say. It's been so long since I've used him, I'm pretty sure. I want to use him more. Against Mustafa Ali now. Just kind of a little showcase. Mustafa Ali getting to show what he can do. Odyssey Jones getting a chance to show what he can do as well. Shake off any ring rust as well. In the end, though, Mustafa Ali does perform some very elite wrestling and gets the win with the 054 for a 55. Nice. I might think of a new finisher name for Ali with the new gimmick and all. We'll see. But yeah, 55, I'm happy with that. 51 Ali, 42 for Odyssey. For who it was in it, it's a fine match for me. It's fine enough. I'll take that. I'm happy with that. As after the match, Mustafa Ali and Odyssey Jones, they shake hands. You know, respect there. No beef. We're all good. When out comes GOATED, goated Duke Sterling, Big Dub, and Nate Preston. Duke Sterling saying, hold up. Get in a ring. Talking about this, whatever this is. Mustafa Ali talking about elite wrestling. When the only elite thing that's happened in recent times was the elite ass whooping Duke Sterling put on him a few days ago at Elimination Chamber. And then we got Odyssey Jones here, who, no offense, big guy, I didn't even know he worked here anymore. But hold up, I got a few things to say, actually. To both y'all, if y'all gonna step into that Andre. And now, y'all might think this would annoy me, upset me, not knowing who I'm facing at WrestleMania, having to prepare for 30, 40 different guys at once, but it does not. This is what I expected. This forever proves I'm exactly what I say I am. Because NXT North American champions in the past, Mello, Swerve, Tez, they talked, and they talked about who they were, about what they had. about how they were raising the North American champions to some level of significance, when they did nothing with this belt in all the years all of them had it. I've had this championship for what? A month? Not even that? And management's having to make Royal Rumble matches for the opportunity for someone to lose to me at WrestleMania. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. I got it. I am the GOAT. And that's what it is. And that's all it's ever gonna. Shinsuke Nakamura comes out, doesn't he? I even put him in here for some reason. I forgot. I'm sorry, Nakamura. 61. Lovely little promo from Duke Sterling, I thought. Yeah, Nakamura out. And Nakamura, well, he's always up for a fight, isn't he? Our Shinsuke's always up for a fight. Man of few words, but a man of many kicks. Taking on Nate Preston here. Nate Preston not taking too kindly to Nakamura, coming out here and interrupting his friend Duke Sterling. Not having that. So we've got Nakamura and Nate Preston there. 61 for that's nice. And then Preston Nakamura gets us a 77. Really good match. Nakamura in the end hits the Kinshasa and gets the win over Nate Preston. 93 Nakamura. He's very good, isn't he? 33 Nate Preston. He's done all right. And yeah, Nakamura does get the win here. Gets his arm raised. Sterling and Big Dub back in the ring. Duke Sterling and Nakamura staring down. Duke Sterling holding on to that North American title. Nakamura smile on his face. When out comes Ilja Draganov. Ilja Draganov coming out. And also a man of few words. Nakamura turning around and Ilja Draganov squaring up with Nakamura. And then Draganov turning away and squaring up with Duke Sterling for a moment when Big Dub intervenes and steps between them. Yeah, before Ilja can even get to Duke, he starts approaching Duke and then Big Dub steps in front. And Big Dub and and Ilja Draganov stare down for a moment. Big Dub very literally staring down. Draganov staring up, looking about ready to go, honestly. He's like, if you want to go, let's go then. But before those two can get into blows, and as hot as that would be, they are interrupted by Maverick Corbin, who says, hold up. Let's all calm down that ring, everybody, because the winner is here. You see, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, all those people in the ring, that's a real lottery. That's a real gamble, but I think I proved last June that I am hella good at gambling, aren't I? So the only man who's going to walk out with the Andre and then walking out with the NXT North American Championship is me. And I'm going to take that NXT North American title and I'm going to take it right to my best friend, Logan Paul. And then me and him, we're going to get some tag titles maybe. He'll become WWE champion. You know what Lowe's like. And then the Low Gang, Team Maverick, that's going to be real on top for an 80. Yeah, good. Then we got Ilja Dragunov taking on Maverick Corbin here, 1-on-1. Both men going at it. In the end, though, Torpedo Moscow gets Ilja Dragunov the win. Finish, I imagine. Ilja Dragunov running at Corbin. Corbin catches him, brings him down for the end of days. But Ilja Dragunov's legs just keep going up and he kind of rolls through. Immediately runs against the rope. Corbin turns around into a Torpedo Moscow for that win for 75. Good match. 69 Corbin. Nice. 67 Dragunov. Happy with that. As Ilja Dragunov gets the win and gets his arm raised, staring outside the ring at Duke Sterling. This kind of trail of challengers that have come out and been out here during these segments. After that announcement, I just wanted to kind of highlight a lot of people who are going to be going for that Andre and going for this North American title. And there's one more left to come. Because the stare downs happening in the ring. Dragunov's there, Corbin's there, Duke's there, Big Dub's there, Nakamura's still out there, Mustafa, OJ, they're all out there. Not Simpson, thankfully. Out comes Grayson Waller. Not alone. He's got the man he hired to take out Dexter Lumis not too long ago by his side, Brian Keith. A little paid security just in case it comes to that. Grayson Waller comes out all smiles. Just for a little reminder from him that at WrestleMania, the most hashtag trending moment of them all is going to go down when Grayson Waller wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale and then goes 2 for 2 and he gets that North American title as well for 64. Lovely. Yeah, I really just wanted to highlight a lot of the superstars who are going to be in the Andre, who are going to be going for the Memorial Battle Royale win and going for Duke Sterling's North American title in the process for a 64. Nice. I like it. I like these segments. Yeah. As then, we're going backstage to Lexi Nair interviewing Legado. Zelina Vega, the Cruiserweight Champion Dominic Mysterio, and the Cruiserweight Tag Team Champion Santos Escobar and Humberto Carrillo. Lexi Nair asking them about Elimination Chamber, where, you know, Humberto and Santos just retained against MSK after a bit of interference. And Zelina saying, no. Legado did not just retain, Legado retained. Full stop. End of sentence. Legado has all the gold heading into WrestleMania again. The only difference this year is they'll have all the gold coming out of WrestleMania as well. And Legado will further highlight what is to come next week in the 6-man tag match between Legado and MSK when they get what's coming to them for an 88. Lovely work as ever, Zelina. Lovely work as ever. Next week got the Legado trio here of champs taking on MSK in a little 6-man tag match, which will hopefully be good. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for some nice cruiserweight action there. Lovely. Let's go to the men's Dusty Cup, shall we? It's a beautiful tag match between everyone's favourite brawlers who brawl so shamelessly. It's no shame, Jimmy Shane and the Boston Brawler accompanied by the Brooklyn Brawler. Everyone's favourite team here on NXT and WWE and wrestling as a whole. Ready in the ring, waiting. When out comes their opponents, destined for greatness. Eli Cassidy walks out first, and then Marcus Redding walks out as well. Marcus Redding, who broke his frontal bone, or his orbital frontal bone or something. He was out for a year. Finally cleared, finally ready to compete. Carmelo Hayes not with them though. It's just Marcus Redding and Eli Cassidy coming out. And yeah, Redding and Cassidy being a bit more aggressive. You know, hitting a little harder, maybe taking some dirty shots when the ref's not looking. Not playing so clean, but the Shameless Brawlers having their moments as well. Destined for greatness. You got to remember, these guys haven't teamed in a year. Marcus Redding hasn't wrestled in a year. So the Shameless Brawlers taking their chances as well when they come. In the end, though, the newer aggressive version of Destined for Greatness maybe plays its part as Marcus Redding and Eli Cassidy come out on top for a 70. With the gin and juice, I might come up, if I can think of a new finisher name, I will. If you can think of a new finisher name, leave it in the comments down below. I might use it. My brain might not come up with anything better, which fair play to you if that's true. Jimmy Shane's getting better at his gimmick. Shout out you, Jimmy. I'm pretty sure the game gave you, like, poor to start. So you're getting, like, neutral with it, but I'll take a neutral. 78 Eli, 68 Marcus. Pretty good for your first match back. Shaking off the cobwebs. 41 Boston, 34 Jimmy. Happy with that. 70. It's good. Destined for greatness into the NXT Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic final in 2 weeks' time. Who will they face? Wait and see. But win for them. Lovely. Speaking of lovely things, let's go to a lovely celebration, shall we? We go to the family. Tony, Ariana, Joshi, Dan Wagner, Happy Harland, Otis Double, Tucker Night. We got Mac Moss. Everybody's here, including Mr. Chris Jericho. And Tony stops to raise a toast. A few days ago, at Elimination Chamber, we put those bums and the mafia, down for good. Inside the Elimination Chamber, we stood tall. As I want to raise a toast to the family. I want to raise a toast to each and every one of us in this room, including you, Chris. Because you, sir, are a member of this family as well now, huh? Cheers. You know, we'll clink the glass, have a drink, and then Tony saying, oh. And another thing, next week, I'm taking you all out. My treat, our dance treat. taking all you out to a nice, lovely restaurant, a nice, lovely meal. We're gonna have some dinner. We're gonna have some nice supper. Hopefully it'll be as lovely as the last supper we had. Hopefully this supper will be as good as the last one. 62. Lovely. And they will have a nice celebratory meal next week, which is just lovely. Okay, that's just lovely. We all love that, don't we? Back to the show. Backstage to Lexi there, who interviews Sheamus, who's there with Charlie Dempsey. Bobby Lashley isn't here. I'm just very forgetful. Yeah. And Lexi are asking Sheamus about Bobby Lashley's challenge on Monday Night Raw. And Sheamus says that if Lashley wants to go, then you know I'm always up for a fight, Lexi. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out there. I'm going to warm up my bro kicking legs for him. And then on Monday, we'll see how almighty the Almighty really is, shall we? For an 87, lovely work, Sheamus. Sheamus was very poor when trying to improvise dialogue, so I'm just going to headcanon this 87 was carried by Charlie Dempsey, wasn't it? Lovely. Sheamus in action next against Dexter Lumis. Just a little warm-up match for him, help him get ready for Raw, as Sheamus gets the win with a bro kick for a 78. Yeah, not much to say about it. There's just two big guys. Two big mini men slapping meat, shall we say. 71 Sheamus, 62 Dexter. Happy with that. Sheamus comes out on top. Oh boy. This is going to be a long part of the show, everybody. It's time for the quest for the golden stool, isn't it? Oh god. Here we go. Right. So they've landed. The plane has landed. Danger Zone Charlie Ryland has stayed behind with the plane. And he's given them, he's told them, I'll be here for the next week. Then I've been instructions to take off, so be back here in a week. Within a week, be back here, And the gang head off. Oro Mensah, Hank Waller, Kid Bandit, Sol Ruka, Andre Chase, Malik Blade. Bang that one out. The gang, was that all of them? Yes. Heading off. Where are we going? Oro Mensah says, we gotta meet a guy. So they head off. We cut to it. They arrive at the place. Oro Mensah says, he's kind of an old kind of cabin right by the water. It's a very mysterious looking place. And Oro Mensah says, alright, hold up. Only one of y'all can go in with me. Okay? This guy, he can be a bit skittish, so we don't want to overcrowd him. And, the gang volunteers. You might think Andre Chase, but they volunteer Hank Waller, the head of security. And they have kind of faith with him. It's like an honorary leader around here for them. And so he heads in with them. And so Hank Waller and Oro Mensah go in. And inside this kind of cabin, shed type thing, is a Mr. Papa Shango. And Oro Mensah saying, alright, Mr. Shango, I was told that you know where we can find the golden stool. Shango having a little laugh at this. And Shango looking up at Oro Mensah. And then his eyes turn to Hank Waller and he just stares at him. Continues laughing. And then Shango says, cure the living, raise the dead. The river is flowing. The river is red. The stool is lost. If you seek to find it, to the Atiwa jungle you go. The darkest hell's pit. Ominous. Oro and Hank just kind of want to get out of there, They turn to go. Oro leaves first, Hank following after him. When Shango says, and boy, Hank stopping and turning around, and Oro just stares at him and says, don't let that thing I trapped there out. Don't say it. Hank looking particularly freaked out at that one. He leaves for a 31. A relatively short one this time, yeah. It's kind of a setup, They've arrived, they got the info. Next week, they head to try and find the golden stool once and for all. 31. Lovely. Lovely. We ignore the road agent report. We ignore it. We had a lovely time, so we ignore it. Yeah. Beautiful. Let's go to the ring. And in the ring is our NXT Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, who says the Elimination Chamber, she got pushed to her limit. The EST got pushed to her limit. And in the end, she couldn't get up. She couldn't go on, and yet she is still NXT Women's Champion. And you know what? That's a little bit of a sore spot for her. She prides herself on being the best, the quickest, the fastest, the toughest, the strongest, the roughest, the best. And yet at the end of that match, Cassidy Rain was walking away on her own 2 feet, and Bianca Belair was getting checked by medics. That doesn't sound like EST behavior. That doesn't sound like the NXT Women's Champion behavior. So Bianca's saying she wants to right a wrong when she's interrupted by Charlotte Flair. Cassidy Rain is also not here. I don't know what's wrong with me and not pressing the not in segment buttons here. But Charlotte Flair does interrupt. Bianca. Focusing on the wrong C, I see. Because you see, Cassidy isn't the one you should be worrying about. It's the Queen you should be worrying about. The 2-time NXT Women's Champion, the best NXT Women's Champion of all time. You see, Bianca, Cassidy might have took you down, but she couldn't finish the job. When I take you down, Bianca, I'll finish it. And you. 93. Lovely. As we have a little main event match here between Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair. A first time ever, maybe, one-on-one match. I can't remember if they fought heading to 36. They might have, honestly. Bianca was in that thing, but maybe. We got Bianca versus Charlotte one-on-one here in the main event. Very even matchup, a very good matchup. Hopefully a good rating, fingers crossed. I have my hopes. As yeah, Bianca and Charlotte just both going for it here. In the air, Charlotte, yeah, very evenly matched. Charlotte trying to get on top, Bianca kind of on top. And yeah, Charlotte starts to get the advantage at the end. Rushes out Shayna Baszler. The pair have had their beef in the past few weeks, haven't they? Who try, arguing who is the best NXT Women's Champion of all time, best NXT Women's Superstar of all time. Referee, bit distracted. Shayna rushes out, goes to hit Charlotte, but Charlotte ducks and Shayna ends up hitting Bianca instead. Charlotte taking advantage of the situation quickly, big booting Shayna Baszler off the apron, sending her down. Charlotte grabbing Bianca. It says figure 8 leg lock. I'm going to go with a natural selection here rather than figure 8. Yeah, Bianca down. Charlotte sees her chance. Natural selection. 1, 2, 3. Charlotte Flair pins the NXT Women's Champion here after Shayna Baszler hits the wrong person for a 91. Really good main event. They have great chemistry, which is lovely to know. 86 Bianca, 84 Charlotte. Very evenly matched. Very happy with that. As it is the Queen, who comes out on top. Charlotte standing tall. Bianca down again. Ended the match down on the ground, Elimination Chamber. Ended the match down on the ground here. Does not look happy about that. Shayna does not look happy down on the outside either. She looks very angry. I know she always looks angry, but especially angry for a 96. Good. The women main event here. Because, yeah, Swerve started the show. Give them the main event, and they hit it out of the park. So fair play to them. It's 93 for the show. I'm happy with that. We've got a Cypher next week. If you would like me to rap, why? Let me know in the comments down below, I guess. Dusty Cup, Shameless Brawlers sadly lost, but the Big Booty Baddies won, so I think it evens out. Charlotte, Bianca had a banger. The quest for the Golden Stool goes on. And we got a lovely restaurant meal next week. As well, the Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royale winner gets the next North American title match. And everybody wants a shot, don't they? Yeah, we got the 6-man tag, Legado MSK. We got Dusty Cup semi-finals again. We got a Cypher. We've got Quest for the Golden Stool. We've got the restaurant. There's a lot going on next week. You won't want to miss it. But yeah, that's NXT for next week. I'm really getting ahead of myself this episode because we still got one more thing this episode left, don't we? So let's just jump to it. Let's come to Friday night and the Blue Brand. It's time for another episode of Smackdown. And Smackdown gets underway with the entrance of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. To any applause, whoa. Cody Rhodes comes down to the ring. You know, chance of you deserve it. Cody, of course, you know. So what do you want to talk about? Cody saying that, you know what? Thank you, first of all. I don't know if I do deserve it, but what I do know is I have worked damn hard to get here. My entire career in WWE, leaving WWE, coming back here, going to war, going to hell, winning the Rumble, entering the Elimination Chamber with every single man in that structure coming from me and walking out the other side, pointing to that sign, going to WrestleMania. I worked damn hard to get here. And now here I am. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table. Roman, you are without a doubt one of the best. You might be the best. You might be. But the truth of the matter is, Roman, that this is not your story, it's mine. And I'm going to be damn certain that at WrestleMania, I finish it. When Cody Rhodes is interrupted by the United States champion, Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker storming down to the ring, Paul Heyman following behind a little bit, away, Braun Breaker just charged down, Paul Heyman chasing after him, essentially. Braun Breaker in the ring, pissed as hell, screaming into the mic to Cody that you wouldn't be here talking about WrestleManias, talking about your story, if it wasn't for the brain-dead beast. Braun Breaker saying, without Brock, Cody, I'd have ended you at Elimination Chamber. You wouldn't even be walking right now. Cody saying, look, Braun, Paul trying to calm Braun down, and Cody saying, Braun, I get that. I didn't expect Brock Lesnar to come out when he did. I mean, it looked as hell like I needed it, but I didn't see it coming. But Braun, if you want to fight one-on-one, I don't see any Brock Lesnar's around here. So what do you say? The American Nightmare and the American Champion one-on-one. Crowd cheering. Paul Heyman trying to quell Braun Breaker, but Braun Breaker just screaming, "You're on!" for 100. Lovely. Main event later tonight. Cody Rhodes versus Braun Breaker. Beautiful. Cody was a star. That's our Cody, isn't it? Real star he is. Let's go backstage. We're going to go backstage to Adam Pearce, the interim general manager of Friday Night Smackdown. And Adam Pearce, first of all, acknowledges William Regal's announcement this past week on NXT. On WrestleMania, the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale will also earn a shot at the NXT North American Championship, which gave management and himself an idea. And Adam Pearce officially announces that the winner of the Women's WrestleMania Battle Royale will earn a shot at Jade Cargill's $1 Million Championship at WrestleMania. Big announcement. I wanted both the Battle Royales to have some stakes to them this year, other than just winning the trophy. The Andre winner gets the NXT North American title. The Andre's on one pre-show, with the winner facing Duke Sterling later on the actual WrestleMania card for the title, and then the Women's Battle Royale will be on the kickoff show of the other night, and the winner will face Jade Cargill later on in that night. You with me? Yeah. And then I'm here saying, okay, well, that's my big announcement, so I'll leave it to you guys. Turning, and then the camera turns to Big E, Kofi, and Christian. And Big E saying, don't you dare be sour. Clap for 2/3 of your former world-famous tag team champs and the charismatic enigma Christian, and feel the power It's 2/3 of the group formerly known as the New Day. Yes, it is. For a 100. Heading into a massive opening match of the night, it is Christian, an honorary third of the New Day tonight with Big E and Kofi Kingston, taking on the Judgment Day. Aleister Black, Tommaso Ciampa, and Damian Priest. Massive 6-man tag to kick things off. We got a big Smackdown, honestly. I'm happy with tonight. It's a nice little show. And yeah, both teams are just going to go at it. Honestly, Christian maybe kind of staying out a little bit because, you know, he's getting on a bit rusty as well, maybe. He hasn't wrestled since SummerSlam here. But when he gets in the ring and he gets going. The crowd fully behind him as the match goes on. You know, a contentious part of the match comes when, you know, Big E holding, let's do Aleister Black on his back. The referee a bit distracted by Ciampa. No, by Dijak. There you go. And Damian Priest, steel pipe in hand. Big E, you know, having PTSD to that, gets Big E from behind and just smashes it into the back of Big E's leg. Big E dropping like a sack of poop. You know, dropping Black off his back. Big E down. Big E having to receive a little bit of medical attention. And in the end, Tommaso Ciampa. Yeah. No, he doesn't. Christian isn't pinned. I can't stress that enough. Aleister Black off Big E's shoulders, stumbling forward. Ciampa tags himself into the ring, grabs Big E, who's down, lifts him up. Project Ciampa. 1, 2, 3. The Judgment Day come out on top for a 79. Good opener. 87 Big E, 86 Ciampa, 78 Black, 75 Kingston, 64 Priest, 53 Christian. Happy with that, yeah. Nice little match to kick things off. As the Judgment Day do come out on top, and the Judgment Day stand tall whilst Kofi and Christian checking on Big E. The medics rushing down, Big E getting some medical attention for that leg of his for a 100. You hate to see it. Both Judgment Day standing tall and Big E hurt. You hate to see both those things here. As we're going to cut to, you know, the greatest love I've ever known. Don't know about you. It's the Supernova Lovers. Noam Dar and Ilja James. Now we go to commercial, we come back, they make their entrance. All loved up. And they say, at WrestleMania, love will conquer all. And they will win the Andre the Giant and Women's WrestleMania Battle Royales, respectively. And then they will win the NXT North American and $1 Million titles, respectively. And then the greatest love, the love that shines brighter than the supernovas throughout the galaxy, will have some shiny gold together as well. For 45, before both Noam Dar and Ilja James going to be in action to show what they got. You know, give a little preview of what's to come. First, Ilja James in action, taking on Chelsea Green here. And in the end, Ilja James hits the Supernova suplex, Northern Light suplex, and gets the 1, 2, 3 for a 45. Nice match. 41 Green, 39 Ilja. Ilja James is getting better at her gimmick as well, which I'm happy about that. And I'm still a big fan of the background. I like it. I haven't gone off it yet. I like it. And Noam Dar is going to be in action next. But before then, we're going to cut to a local medical facility. I know, dramatic. And we go to, you know, knock at the door. Door opens. Keith Lee's there. Keith Lee walks in. And laying in the bed is Thaddeus Bullard. You know, he's up. He's a bit. He's got his leg up. You know, some swelling, getting it down. Bullard's there. TJ and Titus, Thaddeus' sons, are there. You know, they both stand. Keith Lee there just wanted to come check on Thaddeus. You know, puts the flowers down, the chocolates. He's a very lovely man. Keith apologising to Thaddeus, saying, I never should have got you involved with this, Thaddeus. And I apologise for that. You stay here, you go back to your home, and I will deal with the Fiend and the Relic myself. Keith goes to walk out, and Thaddeus says, hold up, Keith. He takes him out, he asks TJ and Thaddeus to just walk outside for a minute whilst he talks to Mr. Lee. Thaddeus and TJ, walking out. And Thaddeus saying to Keith that, his first judgment probably was the right one. To stay out of it, to stay home, to train his boys. To stay away from all of this, all this Fiend and the Relic. But, Keith, I'm in it now. I'm in it. I'm in it with them. I'm in it with you. So I don't care about this leg. I don't care about what the Fiend did or what he thinks he's gonna do. I don't care what he says. You and me, Keith, we're finishing this together. For a 99. It's beautiful, yeah. Thaddeus ain't going anywhere. He's in it till the end of the line here with Keith Lee looking to take down the Smackdown Tag Team Champions. We're going to go back to the ring, and Noam Dar is patiently waiting. He's happily spending a little time with his lover, Aaliyah James, out there before his match with Boa. In the end, Noam Dar does come out on top with the True Love's kick for a 59. Lovely. 53 Noam Dar, 51 Boa. Happy with that. Noam Dar and Aaliyah James both picking up some victories here, showcasing what they've got and what they can do as they head towards WrestleMania. Let's go backstage to the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is in his locker room. But the Roman Empire is not fully there. It's just Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. Solo, Marshall, Ross, Braun, Jay, none of them are there. Just Roman and Paul. And Roman's not looking happy, to put it lightly. He's just a poor wise man. What is going on? I sent my empire to do the job of Elimination Chamber and they don't get it done. And then I get Braun Breaker running round here, issuing and accepting challenges like he runs the show. And Paul, wise man, if you're so wise, why don't you tell me what your former client was doing at Elimination Chamber? What he was doing getting involved in my business, Paul? And Heyman saying, my tribal chief, I have no idea what Brock Lesnar was doing. I have no idea that Brock Lesnar was going to be there. I had no idea, my tribal chief. Roman saying, you know what, Paul? None of that matters. None of that matters. Wise man, you know what I want? I want main event Jey Uso. Where is he, wise man? And Paul saying, Tribal Chief, I don't know. I've called him. I've messaged him. I've left voicemails. But he nothing. Roman not looking very happy at all with that for 100. Starting to go a little bit wrong for Roman here. He's not very happy about any of that at all, is he? As it's time for the Dusty. I'll be honest, when I was booking this show, I completely forgot about the Dusties. So I had to go back and add these matches in. So there's actually a lot of action tonight, because I got the action I wanted, and then I had to add even more action for the Dusties. So it's just a very wrestling-focused episode of Smackdown, honestly. I say, having done very long talking segments as well. It's the Men's Dusty Cup. The Lucha Dragons come out, and for their challengers, it's the Hardy Boys. Matt and Jeff making their return to Friday night. Busting out all the moves for this Dusty Cup. Yeah, Lucha Dragons versus the Hardy Boys. 2-on-2. Both teams going at it. In the end, though, it's the Hardy Boys who get to come out on top. For 77. Yeah. Twist of fate into the Swanton on Lindsay Dorado, gets it done. 77 Jeff, 73 Grand Metalik, 56 Lindsay Dorado, 45 Matt Hardy. Happy with that. The Hardy Boys advance into the SmackDown final of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic in 2 weeks' time. There you go. Beautiful. Lovely. We're going to go to commercial, and we're going to come back. And out comes Keith Lee to the ring on his own. Thad's in the hospital, you know. We know that. And Keith Lee's on his own. And he says Thaddeus is in the hospital, but he will return to help me finish this story. But I'm afraid I must write this chapter right here tonight alone, because Mr. Wyatt and Mr. Cross, for what you did to Mr. Bullard at Elimination Chamber, I must heavily request that you come out to this ring right now. Keith Lee waiting, and he gets not the Fiend or Bray Wyatt in return. He gets Control. Joe Gacy with EC3, Cutler and Blake come out. Keith, you seem so angry, so filled with hate towards Bray and to Carrion. But I know, Keith, you see the path through this. I saw the hate you had towards Thaddeus last year. And yet here you stand, visiting him and taking chocolates to his hospital bed. Keith, you have shown that peace can be found through the toughest of wars. And so, Keith, I ask you to relinquish your hate now. For a 100, Keith's not in the mood to relinquish his hate right now, though, sadly. He is in the mood to wrestle. So it's Joe Gacy versus Keith Lee, 1-on-1 here. EC3, Cutler and Blake at ringside. Lee and Gacy going at it. Lee starts to get on top as the match goes on. EC3, Cutler and Blake go to interfere. But yes, goes to interfere when out comes Cesaro. Cesaro rushing down to the ring, running uppercut straight to EC3 to take him down, takes down Cutler, takes down Blake, Joe Gacy getting distracted, and the opportunity allowing Keith Lee to hit the Spirit Bomb and come out on top for a 79. 92 Keith, 50 Joe. Happy with that. Keith Lee comes out on top here. Cesaro very much not done with Joe Gacy or Control quite yet, is he? No sirree, Bob. He is not. Let's go backstage to the star of Friday Night Smackdown, Kayla Braxton, interviewing some champion, Jade Cargill, the $1 Million champion. And Jade Cargill saying she saw the little announcement from Adam Pearce and she gets it. She's made this title matter. $1 Million Cargill. And at WrestleMania, you want the best of the best to get beaten by the best. And so they can have their little battle royale. And no matter who wins, Cargill wins. For 100. Jade's not stressing. She's not stressing. She's not sweating. Mania comes. Whoever it is, she's ready to put an ass whooping on him. Ain't she? Yes, she is. Cargill's ready. She's ready. But are the women ready for the women's Dusty Cup here on SmackDown? It's Zoe Stark and Alexa Bliss taking on No Mercy, Sonya Deville and Tay Conti. 2-on-2. It's a little tag team action. Bliss and Stark versus No Mercy, okay? Both teams going at it. In the end, there's going to be one winner. And Zoe Stark manages to roll up Sonya Deville and get a big 1-2-3 for a 79. 82 Sonya, 75 Alexa, 60 Zoe, 61 Tay. Happy with that. Big win for Zoe Stark. Managing to roll up Sonya Deville and get the 1-2-3 as Bliss and Stark advance to the SmackDown Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic final in 2 weeks' time. Lovely. Beautiful. Lovely. Good match. Let's go to a dark, spooky vignette from, of course, the Women's Universal Champion, Portela Muerte. Showing footage of Portela Muerte interfering, attacking Rhea Ripley, costing her match against Jade Cargill at Elimination Chamber. Portela Muerte says that she's seen the brutality and destruction Rhea Ripley leaves in her wake. She's seen the pain that she gets oh so much joy from inflicting. But then Muerte saying that at WrestleMania, she does not want a match. She does not want an opponent. She wants a war with a brutalator. She wants blood. She wants pain. She wants to beat a worthy opponent. For a 99, yeah. Portella's got her eyes set on Rhea Ripley. She knows the battle and the war she wants at WrestleMania. And it seems it's in the form of the inaugural Women's Universal Champion, Rhea Ripley. 99. Very good promo. Portela Muerte's promo skills have really improved. I'm really happy with that. As then we're going to cut to commercial. I'm going to come back to the Brian Kendrick and Paul London in the ring, waiting for their opponents, a couple of grizzled young veterans. Jagger Reed and Rip Fowler make their entrance after making their big, finally making their big debuts. Elimination Chamber attacking John Cena and costing him the Intercontinental Championship match. Veterans come out for this tag team match, show what they can do, and in the end, they get the win here. Rip Fowler getting a massive win here, pinning former WWE Champion D. Brian Kendrick. I don't have to tell you how big that is for a 64. Fowler and Reed coming out on top here, the grizzled young veterans, standing tall. Ref goes to raise their arms, but they shrug him off. They both put their hands on right hands on their chest, left hands in the air, open palmed. They're about to say their line into the camera when they're interrupted by John Cena, saying, whoa. Before you get into all that, I got some things to say. You see, Elimination Chamber, I felt it. I felt the moment was right, and I was there, ready to get the championship that's eluded me my entire career. The Intercontinental Championship, and you both took that away from me. Talking about redemption, now I'm looking for my redemption. And so, you know what I want? I want my redemption, and I want it next week. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking next week on Friday Night Smackdown, the 16-time world champion John Cena against you pair of wankers for a 100. It's always funny to me when John Cena says wanker. As a British guy, it's humorous of you, John. I love it. 100. John Cena, a big challenge. He wants his revenge on grizzled young veterans. He wants it next week. And he wants them both at the same damn time. So next week, Cena versus Reed and Fowler. 1-on-2. Banger. Did someone say banger? It's going to be a banger. Speaking of bangers, main event time. It's the United States Champion Braun Breaker versus the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. 1-on-1. Braun Breaker looking for a bit of revenge, It looked like he might have had Cody beat at the Elimination Chamber before Brock Lesnar got involved. Cody coming out on top. Change here though. Cody Rhodes is fresh. He hasn't just fought 3 guys in a row before Braun Breaker's come out. No. Cody's fresh. Cody's ready. And Braun and Cody getting into it. Braun Breaker's explosive style, but Cody Rhodes knows how to go with the best of them, doesn't he? Braun and Cody battling it out, going to war here. Braun Breaker getting on top in the end of his power, his brute strength. Braun Breaker bench pressing Cody Rhodes into the air, ready for his finisher when Brock Lesnar's theme hits. Now, the Beast Incarnate doesn't come out, but his theme hits. Not even the full theme. I just want the star stinging, that. Oh God, that hurt my throat. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I need a drink. Don't do that sound. Oh my God, I apologize. Oh, that ruined my throat. And that little stinger's enough to, pull Braun Breaker's attention away for a minute, which allows Cody Rhodes to slip out of the bench press. And I have full faith in Cody to do this. He slips backwards down Braun Breaker's back, immediately pulls him down neck first. This is feeling more dangerous when I talk about it, actually. But he does that immediately, quickly, into the crossroads for the 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes comes out on top here over Braun Breaker for an 86. 84 Cody, 71 Braun. Good match. Good win for Cody. I'm trying to get through this now. My throat hurts. No, I thought SmackDown was ending, I'll be honest. Cody gets the win. And it says, Paul Heyman did some good work at ringside, but he did not. As Cody Rhodes is going to stand tall, get on the apron, point to that sign again. Cody ready to finish the damn story. When we're going to cut to backstage to Roman Reigns in the locker room, watching this on the TV unfold. And Roman Reigns just shaking his head, looking angrier and angrier. Paul Heyman by his side. Paul Heyman just kind of stepping back a little bit, like, I'm not going to get near this right now, I'm going to take a step back from all this because all y'all people pissing the tribal chief off and I don't want none of that for a 100. Fair enough, Paul, fair enough. As a good episode of SmackDown, I think, here gets us a 91. I'm happy with that, yeah. Good show. Lot of matches, very wrestling focused. Women's WrestleMania. Reward announced with $1 million title shot. Noam Dar and Leah James doing some stuff. I like them. Judgment Day, a big win. Big E's hurt. Hope you're okay, Big E. Cena versus Grizzled Young Veterans in a handicap match next week. We got 2 matches in the Dusty Cup. Keith Lee, Thaddeus Bullard and Keith Lee are staying together, looking to finish their damn story, and Cody Rhodes looking to finish his, beating Braun Breaker again as Brock Lesnar provides a little more interference. As the first of 5 episodes of shows, God, I have a lot to get through, don't I? And I'm so behind, it hurts my soul. On the final stretch of the road to WrestleMania is done, and I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please do leave a like and subscribe for more. I'm going to try and get through these quicker, okay? I really am. It took me a minute to plan out what I wanted to do, but I've got pretty much the idea I want, and I'm going to try and get through it quickly, because I'd like to get to WrestleMania, because I'm so behind it really does hurt, so yeah. But yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed, hope you have, and subscribe for more. And as always, I just want to say a very special road to WrestleMania. Thank you for watching.